Okay, class. So today also we're going to look at transforming the graphs of a to the x. And we've already did this with absolute value, right? So y equals absolute value of x. So there's three we need to know. So typically there's, when we put a minus sign on the outside, what does that do? That reflects across the x-axis. So we just take our original graph and we draw it upside down. Okay? And then there's y equals something like, let's say, x minus 3. Alright? And this moves 3 to the right. And if it were plus 3, it'd be left. Okay? And remember, on the inside, this is on the inside, it's always the opposite of what you think. Okay? And then we've got y equals the absolute value of x, let's say plus 1. Okay, that's on the outside. And that moves the graph up 1. And if it minus 1, it'd be down. Okay, so those are our three sort of main types of transformations. Okay, the reflection and then shifting right or left. Okay. All right, so we need to remember a couple things. So what's first? We need to know that we've got growth. Okay, and I'm not using an a times b to the x this time. I'm just a is the base. So all of these graphs are going to go through 0, 1. Okay, and they all have a horizontal asymptote of y equals 0. And then we have decay. And okay, growth is a bigger than 1. Decay is a is between 0 and 1. Okay, and decay is just going to look like that thing backwards. Okay, still has a horizontal asymptote of y equals 0, but it goes through 0, 1 still. Okay, so we're going to be taking those and we're going to be doing some kind of transformation. So my first example is we're going to sketch y equals 3 to the x plus 1. Okay, so what do we need to notice from this? So we notice that this is growth and that it's up 1. Okay, so growth and up 1. So it's going to help to graph the parent function. So this would be 3 to the x, going through 0, 1, it's growth. So I need to take that, I need to move it up 1. So this horizontal asymptote, if I move that up 1, instead of being y equals 0, it's going to be y equals 1. And instead of this point going through 0, 1, it's going to go through 0, 2. And this would be 3 to the x plus 1. Okay, easy enough. So then the other examples, so let's do a reflection. So we're going to sketch y equals negative 1/2 to the x. Okay, so we're going to sketch this guy. Okay, so first off, it's decay because a is less than 1, and that's my reflection is the minus sign. So 1/2 to the x, oops, sorry, 1/2 to the x would look like this. It would go through 0, 1, and it would be decay, and we have a horizontal asymptote of y equals 0. Okay, so if we had to sketch that flipped, so it's going to be flipping over the x-axis. So we're going to just draw it upside down. So instead of 0, 1, we're going to have 0, negative 1, and it would look like this. And the horizontal asymptote would still be y equals 0. Okay. And let's do one more. let's sketch y equals 3 to the x minus 1 up top. Okay. So it's kind of weird to talk about this, but that means it's on the inside. It's in what you're doing to x, not on the outside, like this other one right here was. See, it's on the outside. Okay? Outside versus inside. Okay, so this means we've got growth, and this means right 1. Okay, so once again, this is 3 to the x. Okay, so look, the only thing we can really talk about is this point 0, 1. If we move it right 1, it's going to be 1, 1. So and it's still going to have the same sort of shape. So this would be 3 to the x minus 1. Still going to have a horizontal asymptote of y equals 0, because you're moving horizontally, not vertically. So the horizontal asymptote doesn't change. Okay.